Hello, my name is Mirel, and today I will be doing my presentation on The Bluest by Toni Morrison. I chose this book because I only read the first few pages during high school. So, who is Toni Morrison? Toni is one of the most influential voices in modern literature, and in the year 1993, she was the first African American woman to win the Nobel Prize in Literature. In her books, she is known for exploring womanhood, history, community, and Black identity. Some of her most well-known books are Beloved from 1987, Sula from 1973, and Song of Solomon in 1977. As for The Bluest Eye, it was her first novel published in 1970, in which she began a story about a black girl who longed for blue eyes. And before jumping into the themes, I'll be giving you guys an overview of the novel. To start, the novel is divided into seasons, not numbered chapters, and it's written in a shifting perspective, going back and forth from the first-person narration of Claudia McTeer, a 9-year-old girl, and a third-person omniscient narrator. This was a bit confusing at first, but then I got it down. The story is set in 1940 in Ohio and begins in autumn, with Claudia McTeer introducing us to her family and her life. This is where Pecola Breedlove, the main character, comes into the picture. Claudia tells us that Pecola is extremely quiet and that she keeps drinking milk just to look at a picture of Shirley Temple, a symbol known for white beauty. This shows us since the very beginning that she believes beauty looks nothing like her, which eventually foreshadows her wish for blue eyes. We also learn about Pecola's family, in which Choli, the father, is violent and alcoholic, and her mother, Pauline, is emotionally absent. As winter comes along, Pecola is teased and insulted by both white and black children. Claudia reflects on how beauty standards harm black girls, and we start to learn that Pecola believes her ugliness is natural and deserved. Later on, a boy named Junior lures Pecola into his house and blames her for killing his mother's cat. His mother, a black woman who strives to appear respectable, rejects dark-skinned black people and calls her nasty, which reinforces Pecola's belief that everyone sees her as disgusting and worthless. Before continuing this part of the story, I want to advise that I will be discussing sensitive information regarding sexual violence. If you don't feel comfortable, this would be an appropriate time to step out and come back until the end. Thank you. As spring comes along, we learn more about Pecola's parents. Charlie's childhood is revealed, abandoned by both parents and humiliated by white men as a teen. He grows up bitter, confused, and damaged. Pauline and Charlie once loved each other, but poverty and frustration slowly destroy their marriage. As for Pauline, she feels unattractive and lonely. Hollywood movies teach her white beauty ideals, making her ashamed of herself and her family. She finds comfort and control working as a maid for a wealthy white family, which she cares more about than her own. One afternoon when Charlie comes back home, he comes back drunk and finds Pecola washing dishes. This is when Charlie then rapes Pecola. When Pauline finds out about this, she ends up beating her instead of helping her. Pecola then becomes pregnant by her father. The rape is the most brutal moment of violence Pecola experiences, and it is the event that ultimately destroys her life. In the summer, Pecola ends up losing her baby due to premature birth. The miracle seeds the community planted for good luck never ended up blooming, mirroring the death of Pecola's child. The community tries to forget their part in Pecola's tragedy, but shame ends up casting a shadow over the summer, and Pecola at the end is pushed further into her fantasy world, delusively believing that her wish for blue eyes has been granted, but only at the cost of her sanity. Now focusing on the two main characters, Claudia, she suffers from racist beauty standards too, but she has a loving and stable family, which makes all the difference for her. As for Pecola, fragile and delicate child when the novel begins, by the end she is almost completely destroyed by violence. As for the themes, Toni highlights how society teaches people who to value and who to discard. Hatred and rejection aren't accidental, they are learned, structural, and built into our cultural ideals. The book shows us how ideals like the white beauty standard can ultimately destroy lives and warp self-worth. She wants readers to understand that the novel is not a story about one girl, but a reflection of a society's failures. This reflects how communities internalize and reproduce racism, colorism, and self-loathing, showing themes of showing themes of generational pain, trauma, and abuse. As for my thoughts, I thought this was a great book, 10 out of 10. It was a kind of like a short book, and even though it was uncomfortable, I believe that that was the whole point of the book, to show how innocent children face a repeating cycle of violence due to racism and oppression. And since the start, Morrison prepares the reader to confront the emotional reality of the story. I recommend this book to everyone, and thank you so much for watching.